Welcome to Compass and Pencil. Today we discuss Chapter 2 exercises. Frame at least 4 appropriate multiple choice options for following questions. First question, which of the following is the most important when you buy a new dress? When we buy a new dress, size, color, brand and price are most important. How often do you use computers? Less than half hour a day or half hour to 1 hour a day and 1 to 3 hours a day and more than 3 hours. Which of the following newspapers do you read regularly? For multiple choice options we write option A, the Times of India, option B, the Hindustan Times and option C, Indian Express and option D, the Tribune. Next, rise in the price of petrol is justified. For options we write option A, because of rise in demand of petrol, and option B, because of rise in supply of petrol, and option C, because of rise in petrol duty, and D, because of no close substitute for petrol. Next, what is the monthly income of your family? Less than 10,000 rupees, 10,000 to 20,000 rupees, 20,000 to 30,000 rupees and more than 30,000 rupees. Frame 5 two-way questions with a yes or no. We can write 5 yes or no questions. First one, do you write homework daily? Next, do you sing? Do you dance? Are you satisfied with your present life? And do you have compass and pencil? All these questions have answer yes or no. State whether the following statements are true or false. First question, there are many sources of data. We know there are only two sources of data, primary and secondary. Therefore, the statement is false. Next, telephone survey is the most suitable method of collecting data when the population is literate and spread over a large area. False. Telephone survey method is less time consuming as the investigator need not to visit each person individually from door to door, but it is not most suitable method. Next, data collected by investigator is called secondary data. True or false? False. Data collected by an investigator is called primary data. The data that is already in existence being collected by any other investigator or organization is known as secondary data. There is a certain bias involved in the non-random selection of samples. Mainly two types of sampling, random sampling and non-random sampling. In random sampling or random selection, every individual has an equal chance of being selected. Example, lottery method. In non-random sampling or non-random selection, every individual has not equal chance of being selected. Convenience or judgment or bias of the investigator plays an important role. Example, class representative selection without students poll and done by the judgment of a teacher. There is a certain bias involved in the non-random selection of samples. Therefore, the statement is true. Non-sampling errors can be minimized by taking large samples. True or false? The difference between the actual value of a parameter of the population and its estimate from the sample is the sampling error. It is possible to reduce the magnitude of sampling error by taking larger sample. Here, sampling error can be reduced by taking large sample. So, the answer is false. What do you think about the following questions? Do you find any problem with these questions? Describe. First question, How far do you live from the closest market? This question is ambiguous. The respondent will not be able to answer the question correctly. The correct question should be, how many kilometers is your home away from the closest market? We can write its option. Option A, less than 1 kilometer, between 1 kilometer to 2 kilometer, more than 2 kilometer. If plastic bags are only 5% of our garbage, should it be banned? Question is too long, which discourages people to complete the questionnaire. The correct question should be, do you think use of plastic bags should be banned? Options should be yes or no. Wouldn't you be opposed to increase in price of petrol? Although the answer to this question needs a wider view and knowledge of the economic condition and far-reaching effect of rise in petrol price, but the majority of people will argue against such a rise. More effective questions could be, do you think the hike of prices of petrol is justified? Options should be yes or no. Do you agree with the use of chemical fertilizers? Fourth question. Fifth question. Do you use fertilizers in your field? And sixth question. What is the yield per hectare in your field? There is no problem found, but the chronological order of these questions asked is incorrect. The correct order of the above questions should be, first priority, what is the yield per hectare in the field? The next, do you use fertilizers in your fields? The next priority, do you agree with the use of chemical fertilizers? It is the correct chronological order. You want to do a research on the popularity of vegetable atta noodles among children. Design a suitable questionnaire for collecting this information. We can prepare a questionnaire. Basic data, name, age, address and sex. Then next, first question, do you like noodles? It is an yes or no question. Then next, do you like vegetable noodles? Yes or no question. How many packets do you consume in a month? First option, we take 1 to 2 packets, 3 to 5 packets and more than 5 packets. Fourth question, do you prefer atta noodles over maida noodles? It is an yes or no question. Which vegetable according to you should be added in present atta noodles? And next question, do you think it should be spicier? It is an yes or no question. And at what time of the day do you prefer the atta noodles the most? First option, we take day, afternoon, evening and night. Next question, we take, do your parents accompany you while having noodles? It is an yes or no question. In a village of 200 farms, a study was conducted to find the cropping pattern. Out of the 50 farms surveyed, 50% grew only wheat. Identify the population and the sample here. Here given in a village of 200 farms, these 200 farms are our population and we take 50 farms for survey. So these 50 farms are samples. A population is always all the individuals or items who possess certain characteristics according to the purpose of our survey. Sample refers a group or section of the population from which information is to be obtained. Give 2 examples each of sample, population and variable. Population +1 student and samples selected from commerce, humanities, science students, and here variable we take height. The next example, population, family, and sample rural and urban families, and variable we take income. Question number 8. Which of the following method give better results and why? Census, sample. Sample method gives better results than the census method due to the following reasons. First one, accuracy. Primary data or census data is more reliable, more accurate, and more clarity, precise, etc. That is, sampling method is lesser reliable. But due to the smaller number of items, the errors can be easily located and rectified. So, sampling method is more efficient and gives better results. Second, less time and energy consuming. The sample method involves study of fewer items. So, this method saves time and energy of the investigator. Third point, cost efficient. The sample method involves study of fewer items. So, this method saves cost. Lesser non-sampling errors. Next point. Non-sampling errors are more serious than sampling errors because a sampling error can be minimized by taking larger sample. Non-sampling errors lesser in sampling method as compared to that of the census method. Next, sampling method is more efficient because it is accurate, less time and energy consuming, cost efficient, lesser non-sampling error, and easy to enumeration. So it is more efficient. Which of the following errors is more serious and why? Sampling error. Second, non-sampling error. Or answer, non-sampling errors are more serious than the sampling errors. Errors are sampling error and non-sampling error. And the difference between the actual value of a parameter of the population and its estimate from the sample is the sample error. And non-sampling error, sampling bias, non-response errors, and errors in data acquisition. Here, non-sampling errors are more serious than sampling errors because a sampling error can be minimized by taking a larger sample. But non-sampling errors such as sampling bias, non-response error, errors in data acquisition cannot be minimized. Suppose there are 10 students in your class. You want to select 3 out of them. How many samples are possible? Number of students in population n is equal to 10. Number of students in sample r is equal to 3. Number of possible samples is equal to NCR, that is 10CR, which is equal to 10 factorial divided by 3 factorial into 10 minus 3 factorial. 10 factorial is equal to 1 into 2 into 3 into 4 into 5 into 6 into 7 into 8 into 9 into 10, and 3 factorial 1 into 2 into 3. 10 minus 3 factorial, that is 7 factorial. 1 into 2 into 3 into 4 into 5 into 6 into 7 is equal to 120. Discuss how you would use the lottery method to select 3 students out of 10 in your class. The following method can be used while selecting 3 students out of 10 of the class. First, take 10 paper slips of equal size. Then write the name of each student on each slip. Make sure that no 2 slips contain the same names. Put all slips in box and mix them well. Draw 3 slips at random without a replacement, that is 1 by 1. The names of the 3 students that are written on 3 slips drawn are considered as selected. Next question. Does the lottery method always give you a random sample? Explain. Yes. The lottery method always gives a random sample's outcomes. In random sample, each individual unit has an equal chance of getting selected. Similarly, in lottery method, each individual unit is selected at random from the population and thereby has equal opportunity of getting selected. For example, this method can be used while selecting 3 students out of 10 of the class. The slips containing the names of all the students are mixed well and then a slip is drawn out at random. In this case, all students of the class have equal chance of getting selected. Next question. Explain the procedure for selecting a random sample of 3 students out of 10 in your class by using random number table. Assign a particular number between 1 to 10 to all these 10 students like 01, 02, 03, 04, 05, etc. 10. Second, select a number randomly. Let us assume that the number selected is 05. Take a random number table. Consult the 2-digit random number table. 2 numbers successive to the selected random number, that is 05, either horizontally or vertically, are the remaining 2 students, that is 06 and 07. Next question. Do samples provide better results than survey? Give reasons for your answer. Samples provide better results than surveys. The advantages of samples over survey are as follows. 1. Provides reliable and accurate results. Less time and energy consuming. Cost efficient. Lesser non-sampling errors. And more efficient. Large investigations. Provides reliable and accurate results. The sample method provides reliable and accurate results. This is because of the fact that errors can be easily located and rectified in the sampling method due to the smaller number of items. Less time and energy consuming. The sample method involves study of fewer items of the universe, so this method not only saves time but also energy of the investigator. Cost efficient. The cost of approaching each individual unit for interrogation and collection of data is comparatively lower due to the small size of sample. Lesser non-sampling errors. The probability of non-sampling errors is also low as the sample size is smaller. More efficient. As the sample size is smaller, so small teams of enumerators can be formed. These small teams can easily be well trained and supervised. Consequently, the team is more efficient than that of team engaged in the surveys. Large investigations. When the size of the population is very large and inapproachable, the method of sample is the most feasible.